Alright, we're going to need 4 eggs and a mixing bowl because we're going to add some stuff to this. And I'm going to start with some onion. Now, how much onion you add is up to you, but I like to add enough to where it would be equivalent. I'm going to make 2 of these, so enough to where it would be like 2 slices, so a slice for each one. That should be enough. Once we get that slice, we're just going to scrape it into our bowl. And I like to add a little bit of green onion, add some color too. And the easiest way I found to cut this up is just take a pair of kitchen shears or scissors and cut it up into the bowl. Now, I usually add 1 or 2 of these. You could add less or more depending on what you like. Alright, at this point I like to add any of my seasonings, so I'm going to add some garlic salt. I like garlic salt. And this here is just a shaker with some hot peppers from the garden, so I like to sprinkle a little bit of that in there. You could also add some hot sauce if you like that. That's usually pretty good in there, or maybe a little bit of sriracha even. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to crack our eggs in here. Now, this part here is totally optional. Sometimes, and I don't do this always, but sometimes I like to sprinkle just a little bit of grits in there. It gives it some extra texture. And once we got that all in there, we're going to mix it up well. Okay, that should be good. Now, one of the other things I like to do is add some peppers to this. And typically the way I do this is I will just snip that pepper down the middle, and then I can just cut it into pieces. You could certainly use a knife and a cutting board, but I find this to just be a lot quicker and a lot easier to do it this way. That works pretty good. If you got bigger, fatter peppers, you might have to slice them this way also, but most of the up to jalapeno size peppers, this method works pretty good. Obviously, if you're using something really big like a poblano or even like a bell pepper or something, you probably just want to slice this on the cutting board. But these smaller peppers, this to me is just as quick as any other method. It gets me the right size pieces that I want. Now, if you're using a hot pepper and you don't want it to be hot, slice them down the middle, cut the tops off, take the seeds and the veins, which are the white parts inside of a pepper, take those out and it won't be as hot. Alright, so next thing we're going to do is I'm going to spray my pan here with some cooking oil. Now, I usually spray this over the sink, that way any overspray doesn't get on the stove top. And then we're going to add our eggs. And then we're going to put these on the burner and put it on medium. And then once we got the burner on, we're going to cover this and let it slowly cook. Alright, so as soon as I start my eggs, I usually take and put my English muffins in my toaster and get those toasting. Alright, so one of the other things I like to do while my eggs are cooking is I'll get my meat, my cheese ready to put on there. So I like to use extra sharp cheddar or Swiss, the deli sliced ham that comes for sandwiches. That's good. This is some actual deli sliced ham, and we'll use that. And then once I've got this ready, about then I'll have my English muffins pop up, and I'll be ready to put some grape jelly on those. Alright, so as one English muffin comes up, I'll pop the other one into the toaster, and then we'll put some grape jelly on these. And I like to put just a spoonful on the bottom. I don't put it on both sides, I just put it on the bottom. You certainly could put it on both sides if that's what you wanted to do. When I say spoonful, I mean a good heaping spoonful. If you don't have heaping spoonfuls, it's going to take 2 of them. But at any rate, I like to, I'm kind of anal retentive, so I get mine all around the edges just perfect. And if I have any left over, I just use that for the second one. And if it's a little too thick, I just put it down on the other one, squish a little bit, and that will some of the other one will rub off on the other one. All right, so about the time my second English muffin's up, usually my eggs are done, and I'll just make sure that it's loose and good to flip. Yeah, not too bad. So once I got that flipped, I'm going to take and I'm going to cut it in half. And once I got it cut in half, I'm going to add my stuff. So I'm going to start with some ham, put down some cheese, and then I'm going to put the lid back on so that the cheese can melt just a little bit. And usually at this point, I'll just go ahead and turn that burner off because there's enough residual heat in these ceramic stove tops to melt my cheese. So I'm good to go there. Alright, so once this cheese melted just a little bit, I'm just going to crease this, flip it over, cut this side here off, and I like to turn it around so that way I've kind of got an even thickness of egg all the way across there. And then we're going to take this, we're going to put it on the bottom of our English muffin, put our top on, and we got one English muffin done. Same thing with this one. Crease and flip. Cut that off. Turn it around. Put it on there. Put it on the English muffin. And we have 2 breakfast sandwiches fit for a king and a queen, or a big king.